everyone, thanks again for tuning into Sin's Workshop here on YouTube. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about Malice by Heather Walter. I love this book so much. I would like to extend my thanks to the publisher for giving me an advanced reader's copy of the book. I'm so backlogged in all my reviews. I know I'm just now publishing this review, and I apologize for that, but oh my god, this book was so good. So it is a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, and who needs Prince Philip? So there is a lot of LGBTQ representation in the novel, and I read this is probably the first time I read the acknowledgments of the author, or the author's note, where they wrote, paraphrasing, basically. They weren't seeing themselves represented in literature, so they decided to represent themselves. And I love that. I love that. I really do think we got a strong sense of the author's heart in this narrative. I think the way that she constructed the story was so well done. And I'm even more amazed because this is a one of a two. It's a duology. I need book 2 now. I need 2 now. I need it. I need it now. It was so, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I think one of the things I think is really good about the storytelling was the structure, the world building, and the history building. Because it's not just, oh, we're going to have a fairy tale. Oh, we're going to have the good fairies and the bad fairies. And Maleficent's just going to be scorned. No. So Maleficent's not, her name in the book is Alice, but they like to call her Malice. She's what you would call a dark grace. So she's half human, but she's half Vila. And the Vila are the darker counterparts of the Fae. So you have the Vila and you have the Fae. The Vila have pretty much been wiped out because the Fae were not fans of them, clearly. So they made a pact with humans. Just general summarization of some of the history. They made a pact with humans. They say, hey, if you help us defeat your neighbors over there, we will give you access to this mine that has that mystical powder that you want so badly. And they're like, okay, sure, why not? We will do that for you. They succeed, but of course, it's almost impossible to completely wipe out a race, thank goodness, because now we have Alice, and she's a dark grace. In exchange for the help as well, they also bestowed gifts upon the humans, women only. They call them graces. Anyone born touched by Fae has gold blood. They can mix their blood in with elixirs. They are pleasure graces, beauty graces, wisdom graces, and I think there's another one that I'm missing. See, beauty, wisdom, pleasure. I feel like I am missing one. And then you have Alice, and she's a dark grace. So pretty much she's grown up shunned by her entire kingdom that she lives in. They've pretty much told her repeatedly, like, we should have killed you at birth, but the king thought, maybe we could utilize your power, and they did. She's a dark grace. Her magic can inflict boils, ugliness. Pretty much people come, like, they utilize her a lot. She makes big money. While they shun her in public. They're like, I need to make this person stupid. I need to make this person trip over their feet. I need to make this person ugly for a day. So they don't mind using her for her power. So you feel really bad for Alice. Alice is a really great character. She wants nothing more than to be accepted. She doesn't have any friends except for her Kestrel, Callow, Lovely bird, by the way, because what's Maleficent without her bird, right? She is, that's her only friend. Sure, there are other beings that show her some respect. You have the house mistress, because, Graces, they're put in the houses, and the headmistress Lavender takes care of her. She doesn't really shun her. And then you have Laurel, the wisdom grace of her household, who, again, they're not friends, but they're not enemies either. Laurel does a lot of nice things for Malice throughout the story that you come to respect them, not as friends, but as co-workers. You like Laurel for that. You have Rose, and then you have Marigold. I just love how those three are kind of the allusion to the three fairies. Again, at first you want to kind of dislike them, but then you kind of see how every grace is used and abused by the kingdom. And it's a really slow development to that point. But that's good because it allows for a lot of characterization, and allows for a lot of understanding of these characters and their plight. It allows for a lot of world building, a lot of history, a lot of context to explore who these characters are, how the author is reinventing these characters to fit this narrative. And I thought it was so well done. And then, of course, you have Princess Aurora. Now, she was cursed by Avila, but it was not Alice. In fact, her and Alice become best of buds, to the point where it's Alice's, this is kind of a spoiler alert, but you kind of know the story's going in this direction, right? It's Alice's kiss that breaks the curse on Aurora. And the curse goes from every generation. If a princess meets the age of 21, they are going to drop dead. Unless they get true love's kiss. So, you understand, Aurora herself is also living in a gilded cage. I love their friendship, first and foremost. I want to say that. I love the beginnings of their friendship. I love Aurora as a person. I love how clever she is and snarky she is. I love how she wants to change her kingdom for the better. How she wants to help the Graces, because she understands that they are as trapped as her, that they are used and they are abused, that they are only worth their blood, what their blood offers people. And once their blood turns silver, well, then that's it. They are screwed. They are... Whew. It's terrible. It's terrible to be a Grace. You kind of realize there's a lot of restrictions, a lot of lack of freedom, but it's such a good story, honestly. I couldn't put it down. I want more. I need the sequel now. I need it now. Do you understand? This is a book. I got it. Again, it was an arc, but it's a book that I need to own. So when that second book comes out, I will be buying both. I work at a bookstore now. I get 40% of books. It's great. I will be buying the second one so that I can just devour it and then put it on my bookshelf, because it's this is a series I'm already in love with. I need to have book one. I need to have it. I need to own it. It needs to go on my shelf so that I can share it with future generations. That's why I keep my books. The ones that mean something really dear to me, I keep them to share with my future generations. So that I can be like, I remember this. Those really memorable books. So I thought this novel was so spot on. I thought it was really deep. I thought it was wonderful how it developed the plot. A lot of those plot twists at the end, did not see them coming at all. Mind blown, completely in awe. And I need to know what's going to happen after this, because how dare you end the story like this? Like, what? What? I am just in shock and awe at that ending. It was just like, and I'm like flipping, flipping pages, just acknowledgments. I'm like, that's it? That's the end? I need the sequel now. That's how good it was. Oh God. So in case you haven't already guessed, I'm gonna give Malice 5 out of 5 stars. It's definitely one of those novels that stays with me. That stays with you. It is a very unique retelling. I love this juxtaposition of light versus dark. But are the Fae really the good guys, and are the Veela really the bad guys? You don't really know. I'm not a fan of the Fae, but then the Veela did these things. But it's just like, but there's a character in the book, I don't want to spoil it, he does make a point of saying history is written by the victors. So so you are only believing their side of the story. There are two sides, and I like that we're exploring both sides of the story between the war between the Fae and the Veela. I think that was really interesting. I think it was really well done. I love how it unfolded, how it untold. Like Alice, her magic does the opposite of the Fae's, right? Theirs is just bestow gifts, and she's like bestow curses. But Alice isn't a bad person. Her magic can be used for ill, but that doesn't make her a bad person. And there are some shady characters who want her to do some bad things in the book, and she finds loopholes. She's like, okay, I'll kind of do what you want, but not really, because I'm not going to be your monster. And I like that. I really liked that she makes a stand for herself. She's like, you all think I'm a monster, but you know what? I'm not going to be the monster you want me to be. And I think that that's really great, and that's why I like about the characterization. There is this balance of light and darkness, and you're really understanding, good versus evil, and all the shades of gray that are in there as well. And I think that lends the story to being really absolutely amazing. Plus, I love the dynamic between Alice and Aurora. Oh, those two. I'm going to be really mad if they don't get a happy ending. They deserve it. Fuck, they deserve it. Alice deserves everything good. But anyway, once again, Malice gets 5 out of 5 stars. Loved this book. Can't get enough of it. Can't stress enough that you should read it. So please remember to support authors and publishers by purchasing the book from your local online book retailer, your local bookstore, indie bookstore, or preferred online book retailer. Just don't give your money to Amazon when it comes to buying books. Just don't. I'm not a fan of that. Lots of undercutting, and that dude makes way too much money as it is. So let's support the bookstores for when it comes to books. If money's tight, check out the book from your local library. They are a great resource for the community, and they also deserve your support as well. And I hope you all will continue to support me by liking this video, sharing it with all your book-loving friends, and subscribing to my channel. You can also become a supporter on Buy Me a Coffee for a one-time donation of $1, or you can become a member for $5 a month. I just changed it. I had a lot of cool little benefits in there if you want to check it out. Or you can just simply support me by purchasing one of my handmade candles. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And as always, happy reading.